50,000 kids drop out of school each year. That's half the size of the MCG. We know that by year 10, the high SES quartile versus the low SES quartile, so the highest income and lowest income students, have a gap of almost 3 years in literacy. We also know that the difference between metro and regional Australia in literacy by year 10 is around 1.5 years. These are huge gaps. They have real consequences for the lives of children in terms of what they're going to be able to choose to do with their lives, the kind of income that they'll be able to earn, the choices that they'll be able to make. I started Teach for Australia in part because of my own personal story. I'm the product of a great education. I'm the kind of classic first in family to be able to go to college, much less be able to go on and do an advanced degree. And when I came to Australia, I realised through my work, first in Cape York and then later across the country, just what an amazing country it is in terms of the opportunities that we have. We are really truly lucky, but that luck doesn't extend to everyone. And when you meet kids, whether it's in a remote community up on the Northern Peninsula or in the western suburbs of Melbourne or anywhere in between, you always want to know what their hopes and aspirations are. But when you talk to them and then you see what outcomes they actually are able to accomplish, partly because of their background and partly because of the education that they've had that hasn't given them a real chance to take advantage of everything that Australia has to offer, you can't help but feel like you've got to do something about it. What we know about educational disadvantage is that it's a complex problem and there are a lot of root causes. And we can't solve poverty first and then think, oh, then we'll have equal outcomes and equal opportunity in education. It's multifaceted and we need to be addressing the educational aspect of it. We know that if we're going to lift our education performance overall, but more importantly, if we're going to close the educational achievement gap, that we need to have great teachers in the schools that need them most, working with the kids that will benefit the most. And that's what Teach for Australia is ultimately trying to do. Educational disadvantage is something that everyone should care about. It affects all of us, whether it's productivity in our economy or the kid that we see on the street. It's important that we're finding a way to contribute to making sure that all children in this country have an excellent education.